They're all overpowered. The Magic Tower heroes are all overpowered. Or are they? Let's talk about it. But first, join me over in Gemstone Legends. It's a fantastic match 3 RPG game, and it's players who get in early on games like this who are at the biggest advantage. Not only will you help the channel out by using the link in the description of this video, but if you use the code #lion_2021 you're gonna get a guaranteed free epic hero named Elidor, along with 5 more gold scrolls, that's more heroes, and a bunch of gold and gems. And after you download the game, you're going to have access to the beginner events, which is going to get you one more free epic hero named Soliana, and a bunch of free legendary equipment and a platinum scroll, which is again another free epic or legendary hero. Guys, wow. Just make sure to use that code within 3 hours of downloading the game and after completing the tutorial. And I will see you over in Gemstone Legends. Alright, for a while now, Empires and Puzzles has made it really clear that they're going to put their best heroes in these special events. And there's a reason for that, because if they do accidentally make it overpowered, well, they're much harder to get. So at least they're not going to be on everybody's defense or everybody's offense. So I get it, but what it does mean is the heroes of the month, which typically have been pretty powerful, have not been that good for a long time. These are rarer heroes, so they are better heroes, but are they overpowered? Let's take a look at each of them individually. First, we have Agrafina, a 5-star purple hero druid class, part of the magic family, and I'm going to go through this just once because, of course, for all of these heroes, this is going to be the same. You get a bonus for having 2 or 3 heroes of this particular family. That's either a 25% chance or a 50% chance to cast plus 5% mana generation stack on a random ally when this hero casts their special skill. Of course, increasing mana is pretty darn good, but I don't think you're ever going to get to the max stack of 10 that's listed here, and especially since it's giving it to a random ally, you can't really choose where it goes, so it's like whatever, but you know, it will have an impact on the game. Then we have a passive here. Damage on full charge. That doesn't sound very passive to me. On a fully charged special skill, this hero has a 50% chance to deal 100% damage to all enemies that are not of the dark element. Wow. That's quite the passive. That's pretty amazing. And I think a lot of people are going to forget about that. And I'll tell you what, that's pretty good. The attack is 756, pretty good. Defense even better at 788. And the HP is 1454. The special is Arcane Shock, which is magic speed, and I've done a whole video on magic speed. Please go check that out. I'm going to go way more into detail with that than I am in this one, or I should say I did go more into detail with that one than I am here, but I'll talk about it a little here, of course, because it's integral to what the special is actually doing. So there are basically 2 types of charges here, or 2 tiers. The first one's going to charge after 5.6 tile matches, or basically 6 tile matches. And that is that all enemies get negative 15% attack for 3 turns, all enemies get negative 15% defense for 3 turns, and all enemies receive 159 poison damage over 3 turns. Wow. That's amazing. For 6 tiles, are you kidding me? Defense down is already like one of my favorite things in the game. So like anytime I see that, I get really, really excited. It makes for a really aggressive hero. But not only that, you sort of like stifle them with that negative 15% attack. And because it's only 6 tiles, you can recharge it pretty fast and keep hitting them with this and hitting them with this. I mean, like with that defense down, the poison damage, and then potentially this damage on full charge, she's going to nickel and dime them to death. But that's only half of the special here. So if you choose not to go for the first charge here, you can let it charge up to 200%, or basically 12 and a half tiles, which is essentially 13 tiles. This is all without a mana troop, by the way. But you get the second mana charge. All allies get plus 50% attack, plus 63% defense for 6 turns. So both of those, so rather than negative attack and defense on the enemy, it's positive for you, and it's pretty darn big. And all allies regenerate 1,218 HP over 6 turns. So that's a lot of turns too. Clearly, the second part of the special is more powerful if you compare them next to each other, but it takes a lot more tiles to get to, and it's a lot harder to get. I think if I had this hero, Agrafina, I would probably be using that first part of the special more often than not. I would need a really good reason. Like maybe if I'm actually kind of close, like I've had a cascade and I'm close to having that second charge and I really need the healing, or like, you know, this will help me stay alive because I get the increased defense too, but I can then use tile damage with the attack increase, or like sniper damage with the attack increase to be able to like finish some enemies off. So I think I favor the first part of the special more than the second part, but there is a lot going on with this hero, and this is going to be true of all of these heroes, but this magic speed creates a really good element in this game of choice and strategy, because I can choose which one I want. Like I can choose the first one all the time if I want to, or like I just said, I can strategize, and if I need that second one, I can use it. I have always said when there's more choice in Empires and Puzzles, it's more fun. So I think these are going to be really fun heroes, and not only that, more choice means you get to be a better player. When you have hundreds of choices, a huge spectrum of things that you can do, that means that there's a higher ceiling and more risk of making mistakes. And ultimately, the outcome of that is the better players will win. So if you practice a lot, if you use these specials, if you know when to use them, and things like that, you're going to do really well. For this reason, I'm going to give Agrafina an A. I just can't see going any lower than that because of everything that she does and the choices that you get and how fun she is. She's totally deserving of an A. Now, let's take a look at the next hero. We have Cristobal. He's a 5-star green hero of the Sorcerer class. Of course, also part of the Magic family. He's got this passive here, status effect on full charge. On a fully charged special skill, this hero has a 50% chance to give negative 20% attack for 3 turns to all enemies that are not of the nature element. That's probably one of the weaker types of effects that I see in Empires and Puzzles, but it's a thing and it can definitely affect the board. A lot of heroes that they've put passives on in the past have been really passive, as in like they barely matter, but this one's actually going to have an impact on the game, so not too bad there. The attack is 791, which is pretty darn high. The defense is 760, and the HP is 1417. Special is Charmed Dual Blade, again with the magic speed. On 1 mana charge, deals 235% damage to the target, and deals 470% damage if the target has less than 50% health remaining. Are you kidding? On just 6 tiles? What? Like, okay, how I see this playing out is on the first match, he's probably just going to deal 235, right? But then he just kills on the second one. That's really good. And if you have other heroes going off at the same time, you can just pick and choose who you want to kill with this. So dang, that first charge, that's like the sniper of all snipers with only 6 tiles. Are you kidding me? 235 may not seem like a lot, but look at that 791 attack. That 791 attack is going to have the biggest impact on this 235% damage. Oh my gosh. Then the second mana charge deals 200% damage to all enemies and deals 400% damage if the target has more than 50% health remaining. Well, okay then. 400% damage to everybody? I'll tell you what, Cristobal is an excellent hero to take into those wars and tournaments and things. Like, you know what I'm talking about, like where you're just making tile match after tile match after tile match and firing specials, and it just seems like the defense that you're facing, whether it's because it has a lot of heal going on or like Heimdall or something where they just won't die, minions, all that kind of stuff. Dang, Cristobal can come in and like wipe the slate clean, get a lot of that HP off the board. Holy cow. All right, well guys, Cristobal also is an A. Motega. All right, so Motega is a 5-star holy hero of the cleric class. Has this passive health recovery on full charge. On a fully charged special skill, this hero has a 50% chance to recover 30% health for all allies that are not of the holy element. The attack is 766, defense is 782, and HP 1439. Butterfly Swarm is the special. On 1 charge, summons a butterfly minion for each ally with 8% HP and 17% attack inherited from the caster, and each hit from a butterfly minion gives the target the following status ailment. All damage the target receives is increased by 20% for 2 turns. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so at 1 charge, you're keeping your team alive a little bit more. This is like a great hero to take into like the non-healing tournaments, like where healing and resurrection have no effect because the minions act like fake healing. But it's also aggressive by being able to deal more damage. At the 2nd mana charge, summons a butterfly fiend for all enemies. The fiend damages the enemy with 43% attack every turn. The butterfly fiend absorbs healing and disappears when it has absorbed health equal to 30% its owner's max health. The butterfly fiend gives negative 50% accuracy for its owner for as long as the owner has the butterfly fiends. Chance to miss also applies to offensive special skills. This effect can't be cleansed. All right, guys. I have touted Elizabeth since she came out, who does something similar. I was a little down on Hannah only because she affected 3 heroes and not all the heroes like Elizabeth did. And sometimes, and a lot of times, whenever heroes only hit 3, they really only hit 2. Like if the middle hero is missing or the AI targets the end or whatever when it's on defense. But this one's going to hit them all. And I have learned my lesson with Hannah. I heard the feedback. I still don't think she's as good as Elizabeth, but she's proven to be very strong. And Motega, with 13 tiles, I've always said when a hero is slow, it's special better end the game, but dang, that's doing a lot to end the game. I love this 2nd tier. That's amazing. I would probably be aiming to use the 2nd tier more than anything if you can get it to go off. And something you got to think about with all of this too is how this acts in a very fast war. That's something actually to think about with all the heroes here, because the very fast wars and tournaments do kind of mess with the magic speed a little bit. Now, someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think how it's probably going to happen is it's very fast for the first one and very fast for the second one. It actually would take a little bit longer. Like it's not just going to be a super overpowered like Alfreak type of hero that is just very fast. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments, but I believe it's going to be like 6 tiles for the first one and then 6 tiles for the second one, so like 12 tiles. Again, gladly correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to take a little testing to see if that's how that works in these wars and tournaments. Somebody may have already tested it if we have like a beta tester out there who can tell us. But if you can get that 2nd special to go off, that to me is pretty much close to game over. And for that reason, because the first part is good, the second part is good, this hero, Motega, is an A. And so far, we're handing out A's like candy to all these heroes because, well, they are pretty good. Next up, we have Nadezhda. Nadezhda is a cleric. The passive is health recovery on full charge. On a fully charged special skill, this hero has a 50% chance to recover 30% health for all allies that are not of the fire element. And you gotta really consider that when you take Nadezhda, because a lot of times on offense, you like to bring 2 or 3 of the same color, or even 4 or mono. So you're not going to be able to do that with this one if you want to get that, maximize the healing here. All right, 772 attack is pretty good. Defense 778 and 1433 for the HP. That's all pretty good. Flame of the Dragon Familiar, on 1 mana charge, the target and nearby enemies receive 116 burn damage over 2 turns. If the caster dies during the next 2 turns, they are resurrected in the beginning of their next turn with 32% health. All status effects and stacks are removed when the caster dies. What? All right, we've seen this burn damage thing before on basically a very fast speed type of thing where it takes like 2 matches to deal the burn damage, but now we've got resurrection on top of it. With 32% health? That's incredible. That's incredible. So on the second charge, each fallen ally has 34% chance to get revived with 30% HP. This is going to be a really annoying hero. All allies regenerate 609 HP over 3 turns, and all allies reduce all received damage by negative 50% for 3 turns. Oh no. Oh no. This is going to be a super annoying hero to face on defense. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a great hero. Great hero to put potentially on defense. Now, the thing about defense with the magic speed, though, is you don't have control over it to be able to ensure that that special is going to happen. But man, if it does, oh, oh, you got to be kidding me. This is another great hero. And on offense, you're going to actually be able to control that. Like, you're going to be able to control that special if you want. So, man, you just like hang back. Let it be the one red. Maybe you go 4-1 with this hero. Hang back with that one red to make most use of the passive. And then, like, charge it all the way up. You know, if this thing, just leave it charged. This thing can be a lifesaver. I mean, you can set it off for the healing if you want to and just recharge it again if that makes sense. But, like, this is like your insurance policy on an offensive team. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So for that reason, Nadezhda gets an A. Because, like, I don't know. I don't know. Man, could you imagine if everybody was summoning all these heroes, like, as much as the hero of the month? Like, no wonder they don't make the heroes of the month this good. And we have Milena, a 5-star blue hero, wizard class. The passive is mana on full charge. On a fully charged special skill, this hero has a 50% chance to give 25% mana to all allies that are not of the ice element. So as you can see, this is another one that affects the allies, in which case you probably only want to bring her so that you can maximize this particular passive. That's an amazing passive. That's an amazing passive. That's like, are you kidding me? You're basically going to make the equivalent of several tile matches. Well, not several tile matches, but several tiles of mana to all the allies who are not blue. That's how you win games, getting your specials to go off. How many games have you been playing where you've been just like one match short of getting your heroes to go off, and you would have won if you did? This hero solves that, and we haven't even covered the special yet. 784 attack, 774 defense, 1409 HP. Restoration and Annihilation is the special. On 1 mana charge, recovers 20% health for all allies and cleanses status ailments from all allies. Okay, Milena gets an A already. Milena gets an A already because 20% healing is pretty good, you know, with 6 tiles, but like cleanses status ailments from all allies. There's so many status ailments in this game. This is huge. You can basically play and rarely ever have the status ailments on you with this. This is a really great offensive hero to take with you. It's not going to be as great on defense, at least this first part. On the second mana charge, deals 390% damage to all enemies. Oh, okay, there it is. And dispels buffs from all enemies. Guys, 390% damage with a 784 attack. That's sick. That's that's like 390% damage is like what snipers, one individual hero would like snipe an individual other hero with. Some, you know, they'd be maybe a little bit more than that, but that's almost like what snipers used to do, and it's doing it to everybody. And then it dispels buffs on top of it. So if anybody happens to still be alive by the time she uses her second charge, you can make sure to take the buffs away. But guys, looking at this particular special, this, I think, of all the heroes I showed where you have choices, this is probably the best choice to have. I can't tell you, and if you've watched my war videos when I'm fighting, I'm often choosing between what heroes do I need to take here. One that dispels buffs or one that's going to cleanse. And here you can take one hero, so you're not using 2 slots. It's all one packed into one. So like, let's say you're playing against an opponent where you need to dispel and to cleanse. Well, what's happening in the match? Did you accidentally set off the one with the buffs first, and now everybody has buffs and you need to clear that? Well, you can just wait for that special. Or like, especially at 6 tiles, when those status ailments go off, they can end you quickly. And this is a way to counteract that quickly. Milana is an A. Didn't even have to read the second part, and the second part is just every bit as good as the first part. This is an amazing group of heroes. An amazing group of heroes. And I just touched on the legendary ones here, but there's a lot more 3 and 4 star heroes here who are all using this magic speed, all coming with these amazing choices. So, guys, is this like the first time? I may have done this during season 4, but like I gave everybody an A. That's unusual. And I still have never given out an A plus because I feel like an A plus hero is just, it's basically got to be nerfed. It's too overpowered, but I'm super tempted to give some of these A pluses. I'm actually really worried about how powerful they are. And luckily they're really hard to get. So not many people are going to have them, but if you get them, let me know, because man, you are super lucky. Good luck. Have fun with it. I don't think you can get a bad hero from this event. Enjoy it. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I drop new videos or go live, and I will catch you in the next one.